Can you guys hear me now? I hope this shit works, because if not, we're in trouble. Can you guys hear me now? I hope this shit works, because if not, we're in trouble. Can you guys hear me now? All right, awesome. Holy shit. So now this thing's telling me, please check the video resolution. The current resolution is 1600 by 900, which is not optimal. All right, awesome. Holy shit. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I know what it's supposed to mean. Who knows? So it tells me it's not optimal, but it doesn't tell me what is optimal. Does anybody know what the optimal video resolution is supposed to be? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I know what it's supposed to mean. Who knows? So it tells me it's not optimal, but it doesn't tell me what is optimal. Does anybody know? I don't even know. Video resolution is supposed to be. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I know what it's supposed to mean. Who knows? So it tells me. Man, I don't know. Shit's all Chinese to me. Does anybody know? I don't even know. Video resolution is supposed to be. All right, so Mike, when you say you have a massive echo, shit's all Chinese to me. All right, that might be this fucking thing. All right, so Mike, when you say you have a massive echo, shit's all Chinese to me. All right, that might be this fucking thing. All right, so I don't know why there's a. Oh, okay, hold on. Hopefully, the echo is gone. I think I figured it out. There's a fucking delay. I got to stop watch. It's all right. Those of you guys that are hearing an echo, let me know if you still hear the echo. All right. So I think. All right. All right, guys, you got to help me out. When you say yep, and it is, I don't know if like you still hear the echo because there's a fucking delay here and it's all retarded. Okay. Fred says I hear it and it's bad. So I have, okay, it's gone. Okay. So I'm using OBS to do this, and on OBS, I had the audio input capture playing, which is my Blue Yeti mic, and I saw, because of the EQ, whatever the fuck, that the desktop audio was also on. So that might have been, it might have been playing it. I have my monitor muted, so I didn't hear it, but I saw on OBS that it was playing, so that was probably the echo. So I'm glad. All right, now that that's unfucked, welcome to the new sort of Tribalnomics Channel. So, all right, Fred, I hear it, but others don't. I don't even know. I am so at my fucking ceiling of technical knowledge, Fred. Maybe unplug it and plug it in again. That always works. All right. So what the fuck is going on? We got a couple of people watching right now. All right. So let me give you guys the update on what's going on here. So, all right. Fred says it's gone now for me too. Good. I'm glad. There's a massive delay, so the play-by-play here isn't going to be exactly beat for beat. But bear with me. If it's like this for me, I'm pretty sure it's like this for everybody. I have a bunch of fancy shit, and if this shit don't work and give me a good live stream, then fucking nothing does. I'm convinced of that. unless I have like a crew of fucking, producers and technicians and shit. So Chris says, where's Pat when you need him to unfuck the tech stuff? Well, I'll tell you what. Here's the thing. I have been operating at such a deficiency for so long because Pat has always been there to fix everything that now I am sort of weaning myself off of, calling Pat and going, Pat, I need you to do this shit as quick as possible. So recently he had to fix the tribalnomics.com website. I designed the website, right? Which I am pretty fucking impressed about myself. And I just didn't know how to link it up to the URL and forward the domains to the, I don't know, I'm already out of fucking vocabulary. But you guys know what I'm talking about. So I appreciate a bunch of guys congratulating me on the book. Holy fuck, man. It's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. I got this book thing going on. Today is, let me see. I think I launched it on Monday. So today's day 3. We've sold a couple of 100 copies already. I have not done, I've gotten a bunch of questions. I want to try to answer them. If I was not, or if I was a little bit more organized, I would have written these questions down so I can answer them one by one. But you know what? It is what you make of it. So a bunch of people were asking, if I've done any marketing already for the book. So here's the thing. Marketing, yes, of course I've done marketing because I've told people about it. I'm wearing a fucking Tribalnomics shirt. That's considered to be marketing. But other people added a little bit more detail by asking whether or not I had done any paid advertising, right? And the answer to that is no. I haven't done any paid advertising yet. I'm going to, it's one of those things where, like, fuck, man, you guys don't understand how I figure this shit as I go along. Like, some of you guys really don't get it. Pat's probably the only one that understands the level to which I'm like, yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to figure it out as we go. I don't know how many steps it's going to take, but let's figure out step 1. Let's do that. And from there, we could probably see step 2. And that's how it goes. And that's what I advocate for, I think yesterday I was wearing my Movement is Mandatory shirt. And, I cannot reiterate to you guys enough how you have to fucking just do it. You just have to move. You have to just put yourself out there and you will figure shit out as you go. Now, I'll tell you right now, if you guys have not seen my power program, 9 Agents of Change, I talk about this in that program where I discuss creating leverage and how creating leverage for the individual varies from individual to individual. For me, I am, a tribe guy. I'm a guy who, one of my basic core foundational beliefs is that I will not let my brother down. And so for creating leverage for me, a lot of times it's public declarations, putting it out there. I have so much shit on my agenda to do before the day's over. I don't have to, but I demand it of myself that I do it. But I have so much shit I did not want to do this live stream. I wanted to do the live stream, but I didn't want to do the live stream. I just kept thinking, oh man, I got to figure the thing out, the OBS, all the shit that we ran into in the beginning here. So what did I do? On my daily email today, I put that I'd be doing a live stream at 7. And I'm not going to fucking let everybody down. I'm never going to not show up and do it. My reputation and my word is everything to me, right? So these are the ways that I create, leverage for myself. So have I done any advertising, paid advertising for the book? No, I haven't. One of the things I have to do later is continue taking a course on how to do it. I will tell you, the majority of things that I learned how to do in order to get this book launched, and by majority, I literally mean 95% of what I learned to do to get my book up, written, edited, published, 95% was done through learning on YouTube. I literally scoured YouTube for wherever I was, whatever little bump in the road that I was in or confronting, I would go and research it on YouTube and, and I'd find information. And a lot of the information now, and this is one of the things I explain to my guys, right now, because one can monetize their YouTube channel. I mean, not me, but most people can monetize their YouTube channel. What winds up happening is the payoff for the information is just traffic, right? It's just, generating enough traffic that they'll get ad revenue through YouTube. So you have a lot of people that under normal circumstances would have kept information behind a paywall, whereas now they're incentivized to just put it out there. If anything, so that people don't go and pay behind somebody else's paywall, they actually go and participate on their channels. And there was enough information for me to get those things out there. Now, I will tell you, I am a firm believer in also investing. And one of the things that really led me to YouTube, to use YouTube so extensively, is that it was just, it was so searchable and so customizable for where exactly I was stuck, right? But holy shit, man, I'm just figuring this shit out as I go. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be starting paid advertising. So to my best understanding, and, as a copywriter, admittedly, I know how to keyword research, or in general, I know what keyword research is. Now, keyword research on Amazon, this is something completely fucking new to me. I could organically figure shit out the way I would normally figure things out. But a lot of the tools were completely foreign to me that people in the industry use. The one that I found that was most helpful was called Publisher Rocket. And I don't have any affiliate, I'll try to fucking get an affiliate link because this is probably the only time I'll mention it without getting an affiliate link. But that tool and watching a million videos on how to use that tool was exactly what I needed at the point of launching it and, finding keywords and things like that. But then I created an advanced review team. A lot of you guys that I see on here were on that, and you guys got, an advanced copy of the book like over a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I don't know what it is. And we're given the opportunity to read it. I stayed in touch with you guys, gave you guys a little bit of extra content, a couple of unlisted videos and stuff that I spoke about. And then when launch day came, I set you guys on, in attack mode, and you guys certainly made that happen. So for those of you that weren't on a team, that's one of the other things that I did. By the way, all of these steps, fucking YouTube, man, like just watching YouTube, figuring shit out. So what else is going on here? All right, Audible version. Yeah, I'm definitely. Not only am I doing an audio version, when I get off of this live stream, and I'll be on for another 15, 20 minutes. I'm not going to make this too long. But when I get off, I'm going to grab a bite to eat upstairs. I think my wife's making dinner. And then I'm heading off to Home Depot to buy a bunch of materials to build a DIY sound booth to record audiobooks. Now, where did I get this idea? YouTube. I went and there's a bunch of fucking links. You guys could look it up. And I think this is the difference between guys that make it and guys that don't. It's just, we used to make it sound really cool. We used to call it implementation. The people that implement, those are the ones that make it. And it's like, don't complicate it. There's even a connotation to using the word implementation. It's like, it sounds fancy. Like, it's really just shut the fuck up and do the work. Just do something. I don't know what to do. Well, do something, right? Like, that's it. It doesn't need to be any more complicated than that. I wanted to make an audiobook, right, for Audible. And there's other, platforms that I could put the audiobook on. But I also wanted to do it myself. I didn't want somebody else reading my book. I guarantee you there's people with much more professional fucking voices, than mine. However, it's my fucking book. It's my stuff. And I wanted to do the audiobook. And then I started looking, researching how to do that. And it's like, all right, like renting space in a studio and studio time and having somebody master it. And like, I'm like, I'm not fucking doing all of that. And my reason being, it's like, I got to go, and not only am I paying a bunch of money, but I got to deal with people I don't know. Are they going to try and start with the mask bullshit? You know, am I going to, now I have to travel to this fucking place. Like, where is it? Am I going to fit it in? Like, my schedule's jam fucking packed. I don't have time or I should say, I don't want to make time to travel to go and sit in a fucking studio and then deal with all that shit. So this is the price you pay for wanting to be me. Like, you got to figure how to do shit on your own. And that's what I do. So went and researched it. And after this, I got a whole rundown of how many PVC pipes I need, the lengths, and moving blankets, making it with a moving blanket. And I'll probably just be using this Blue Yeti mic and all that shit. Like this is how I get it done, you know? So, one of the big reasons I changed the channel here to Tribalnomics is, like, it's got 5,000 and something followers. I didn't want to start over because the only argument for starting over is that it doesn't have any strikes against it. It's monetized. It's like, but like, I'm not kidding my fucking self. Like, who I am and the content that I deal with, it's just a matter of time before somebody gets pissed off that has a little bit of juice, and I wind up getting my channel pulled. I will say right now I'm on mission, probably more than ever. The election's over. So, what is it that I'm supposed to be yelling and screaming about? I have a book out right now. And if you read the book, and some of you guys have that are on here, you understand that there are people outside of the wall of your tribe, and how we interact with these people should have a little bit of tact to it, a little bit of strategy, meaning you understand the utility of the alliance in the first place. If everybody's your brother, nobody's your brother, right? So there's something to be said for, just me making sure that I'm doing the things that I should be doing while interacting with people outside of my tribe, which is recruit, don't convert. And, there are a lot of people who, they still want to be the just super aggressive, I'm going to argue with everybody. Like, that's fine. If that's your brand, number one, then that's fine. I have a lot of good friends of mine that had their channels completely wiped, right? Completely deplatformed. Huge following, some of these people. Completely deplatformed. A lot of you guys know who these people are. And I will never say that they should have or shouldn't have conducted themselves the way they did. That's not my place. I don't even have an opinion on that. My thing is, just know what it is you're doing. Just know what it is you're doing. There was a guy whose channel I was following, and he had some great content. And just recently, he, thank you. You guys said you just ordered the book. I appreciate it. Big Kirk, what's up, brother man? There was a guy I was listening to recently who had a video on YouTube, and it was something like 5 books that changed my life, or something like 5 business books or entrepreneurial books. Holy shit. I don't even know if I'm on right now. All right, everybody can see me. Motherfucker. All right, anyway, welcome to having a fucking internet in the fucking mountains. Yeah, I think my whole internet reset in my house. All right. What's his name said, fuck this guy. So anyway, so fucking what's his name, like I was talking about. This guy was talking about Robert Kiyosaki, and he said the Rich Dad Poor Dad changed his life. And in the same fucking sentence, he said, but I don't really like him personally. So, if in order to get the book, maybe borrow it from a friend or, just rent it out from a library. And I was just so fucking aggravated. Now, here's the thing. People only let us down when we inaccurately set expectations. And admittedly, and this was literally like 2 days ago, right? So admittedly, because I had so many positive interactions with this particular person's YouTube videos, I lulled myself into this false expectation of alliance. And when he wrote that, I was telling myself, like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? This guy literally said that this book changed his life. He is literally sharing this as a book that people on his channel should read in order to change their lives. Yet in the same breath, he says, he basically denigrates and insults the author, Kiyosaki. It's like, what an ungrateful piece of shit. Why would he do this? So what I wrote, and I shouldn't have wrote anything. Like, why do I fucking do this? But I wrote it nonetheless. And a lot of it is, well, it's okay. I wrote it so there was just so there could be this one remote chance that this guy would respond. You know what? You're right. I shouldn't have said that. And of course he didn't respond like that. But what I wrote was, your video has a lot of great content, but insulting the guy whose book you said helped change your life isn't congruent with the message that you've been sharing so far. And his response, like a little fucking cunt, was, it's my channel, I'll do what I want. So when he responded like that, it's like, oh. So it was just such a weak response, because the language, admittedly, that I had used was one of an open-minded dialogue. That was the energy, the juice behind what I had written. And when he responded like that, it snapped me out of my fucking fog. And I'm like, all right, what am I doing? So I still responded to him. And I said, Zig Ziglar said that he knew that whenever he would mention Christianity, Zig Ziglar, sales and business, just Superman, passed away a few years ago. But avid Christian, Texas, born again Christian. And he knew that when he would talk about Christianity on stage, that a bunch of his audience would immediately turn off, because he'd be talking around the world, and he understood that. And that's what he said. He said, well, the problem isn't whether or not I do it. The problem is whether or not I understand what happens when I do. And he said, and I'm willing to pay that price. So I pretty much summed that up and put it on this guy's thing, and he never responded again. But now it's like, you know what? Fuck this guy. Because this is what happens when me as an individual, I do not stay on mission. And I mean, mind you, it's not the end of the fucking world, but just to share the example of how, it is a process. When I talk about what's in the book being things that, formulas that are vetted in reality, not the, oh, I wonder what would happen if I said this, or I wonder what would happen in this situation. Like, I'm not somebody who sits in a vacuum and just waxes poetic about, what laws that men should be following. I'm somebody that's been walking the walk for a long time and continue to do so, right? This story about this guy and his YouTube page was 2 days ago. And again, doesn't seem like a bad guy, but just enough of an offset and enough of a deficiency that I have to recognize that, oh, he's going to protect and cover, and he's gonna maintain that bubble of weakness around him, just to sort of stick to his strengths, which is just it's a very underdeveloped formula, and certainly a very short-sighted one. So let me see what else is going on here. All right. Yeah, so right now it's right now what I'm trying to do is get that audiobook recorded, put that up. In the meanwhile, in the interim, I am going to also be putting up my homeschool book on Amazon. It hasn't been on Amazon before, but now it's like I know the process. Why wouldn't I? Because I certainly haven't dedicated enough time to the homeschool site where I was usually selling it. So I might as well, set it and forget it and put it up there. But I want to get the audiobook recorded. I have a couple of other projects that I'm working on. I always am, but where the book's concerned, that's the main thing. This YouTube channel is going to be me doing live streams. If I ever have, enough content through questions and stuff, I will, do one of these and answer them. I'm not yet prepared to schedule this to make it a regular thing. My schedule right now is just a little bit too up in the air. But this is what I'm going to be doing from now on. If there's ever any announcements or something that I want to talk about specifically, sure, I'll record a video and upload it. But this is going to be the main mission of the channel right now, and I am going to be staying on mission. Like I said, I have a lot of friends who had their complete social media identities deplatformed, and it's not my place to say whether they did the right thing or the wrong thing. That's up to them. But it's it's definitely a choice, and for me, it's like, why even bother? I'll just sit here talking about my book, my content, and I'll continue to recruit. So all that being said, go to, where should you go to? Well, you should make sure you're subscribed here, obviously. And the bell, the notification bell, that's like a thing you're supposed to say. So I'm going to say that. And I will also say, go to tribalnomics.com. Anybody that you want to refer the book to, just refer them to tribalnomics.com. Not only is the book link there, but also the Master Chim letter opt-in is there. So if you're not yet on the Master Chim letter, which is my free email that I write every day, just go to tribalnomics.com and you can input your name there. Masterchim.com should still be up also. Eventually, I'll be developing tribalnomics.com a little bit more, extensively. So it'd be a good hub to start, directing people toward. But aside from that, I think we're all good. Yeah, I'm going to stop doing a lot of Facebook videos only because I just can't trust it. I can't trust it. And right now, not that I could trust this, but right now it's the whole eggs in basket thing. So I'm going to start doing a bunch of more videos here. I'll still share it. I shared the link to this on my page, but we should be good moving forward. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys. If you've got any questions, just drop me a line. You could write me at info@masterchim.com. You could always message me. I don't even know if you can message people on YouTube. That's the extent of my YouTube knowledge. As soon as I got demonetized a couple of years ago, I stopped really giving a fuck about what's going on here. But you can message me on Facebook, either Master Chim, Justin Garcia is my personal page. You can message me there. Or on Instagram, master_Chim is my IG account. All right. I think that's everything. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Share the stuff. The book is taken off. I appreciate you guys that bought it. If you did buy it, make sure you leave I almost said good review, but I don't think I'm I don't think I'm allowed to say that according to the Amazon requirements. So I will just say, just leave a review. I think that covers everything. I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you later.